Oh gosh.
Wait, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
His nickname is Superbad.
Oh, I hope we don't lose everything. I'm gonna feel like a jackass.
What kind of things do they do in an establishment called Silk? Pretty sure she gets a lot of comments about how effing hot she is, so she's probably tired of him. But
Well, you kind of had to suspect that that's what was going on anyway.
there's no reason he shouldn't have qualified. I guess he did crash kind of twice.
Throwing
Yes.
that at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
This is the Talkin' Moto podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Talkin' Moto podcast, presented by Scott King Designs. Today, April 28th, round 16 from MetLife Stadium is over. Oh boy, what'd you guys think?
Um, that was like the shortest intro ever. I'm not ready for this.
Oh, hang on. Well, I can plug all our lovely sponsors,
Yeah, go for it.
which we have to thank Plainview Power Sports, Northland MX, Pro Action by FTM. We got some stuff to give away thanks to Mike at MB1 Suspensions, Motokazi, Nick over at Black Diamond MX. And I don't know if you guys have been watching. I've been trying to watch more of these, but Matt over at Hardline MX, he's been doing that block pass stuff. Those are really awesome. We got District 23, the Bicycle Works, the Open Mic Podcast, the Damn Bait Shop, and this SKD character. That's it. That's our
Awesome.
list.
What's that thing at the end of the intro that sounds like was that a stapler? Or what is that? Sounds like a nail gun or a stapler or something. I think I've asked you before, but
It's a stapler.
Hey, are you talking about the guy kicking over his dirt bike?
oh, okay, maybe that's what I'm talking about, but it does not. That's not what I. That makes a lot more sense than a stapler.
It's close enough.
Maybe it was a nail gun. I don't know. That's what it sounded like.
Wow.
You guys have to forgive Scott tonight too. He's not feeling well and he's broadcasting from his bathroom.
Is it that bad?
It's fairly noticeable.
All right, so yeah, we're moving. We don't have internet at our new place, so I'm sitting in an empty
bathtub.
room. Yes, pretty much a bathroom. I have the TV and my computer, and other than a few boxes, that is it. So, sorry.
I picture you like the apartment on the 40-year-old virgin. When he lies and says he's having his carpet replaced.
Oh man.
Was that when he hid all his junk
Yeah.
after he got rid of all his toys and stuff?
Chris says we're on time with no technical difficulties.
Oh, the night is young.
The damn miracle.
Another thing, people need to go like us on Facebook. We're up over 200 likes, so that's good. I think we're sitting at 203.
Sweet.
So Twitter at Talkin' Moto, Instagram it's at Talkin' Moto Podcast, and I try to get everything up right away on SoundCloud, Stitcher. It's on iTunes. You can always go on YouTube and listen that way if you like, but trying to get it out there the best we can. So,
Abso-friggin-lutely.
did you guys, I kind of forgot about this until they mentioned it on TV, that this was the third and final round for the Toyota Triple Challenge or whatever it was.
I most certainly did not forget.
That was the only thing exciting going on at the race, wasn't it?
Kinda.
Yeah, it's like, I wrote down on my notes that I personally quit caring after Chad Reed went out.
Yes.
Aw.
I'm with you there. But
But
hey, I got two things to complain about right now, right out of the chute, and they're nothing to do with riding
let's hear
or
it.
racing. For one, I don't care what people like how many miles people run on Facebook. Does anyone else care when someone posts how far they ran? Like, who really cares?
You know, it's funny. I was actually gonna just make some unreasonable number up tonight. I was actually thinking about this when I got home from work that I was gonna say that I went for like a 20-mile run before the podcast just to see what kind of reaction I would get.
Just to warm up.
Now I wish I would have done it. Not run, but said I'd run.
And then the other thing I was going to whine about, since when what is this word WELP?
Well,
Since when is there a P at the end of well?
I
I
guess
don't know if it was that big a deal.
What do you mean it's not even a word?
Sometimes I like to say, well,
I can't hear the P, though. You're not enunciating the P.
well.
Yeah, so now... Dang, who's Urca Winters? I wonder if Facebook puts in the people you may know only hot chicks. Oh, there's a guy. Never mind.
Oh, I'm just watching the 450 LCQ and half the field gets taken out. Not to jump in front of you.
Yeah, quit trying to talk about racing here. We're bitching about Facebook and things.
Yeah, knock it off.
So you get all your friends are hot chicks that scroll across?
Well, the few that I just looked at, yeah,
What happens?
Facebook knows me better than I know myself. There's a chick in a bikini holding a fish, and I might like her.
How many?
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not people I might like. It's people who I know.
Interesting. Do you know her?
No, I've never heard of her.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure my phone has locked up on me, too.
What? In this day and age, we're still buffering? Who buffers?
I noticed Amy's in the chat room, and Mike he made his first night show, so that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it was a pretty good weekend for Minnesota guys over there overall. We're talking about having, what did we say, 4 or 5 in the top 11 in the 250 main?
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't remember right offhand now, but yeah, it was pretty impressive.
That first heat that I just got to watch here a few minutes ago, we had 4 Minnesotans in the top 10 in heat 1 of the 250s. So pretty good turnout.
Right on.
Okay, speaking of ranting, I guess I'm pretty much over the RV is, and then now isn't, and then now he is racing the outdoors. I guess this is going to make me sound like an ass, but I hope he races outdoors, and I hope he kicks everybody's ass all summer long. There, I said it.
Why?
Jerk.
Why would you hope that?
I'm just tired of. It's like I'm watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians lately. You know, it's like a bunch of BS. You know, it's like kind of like that, and then Davalos' injury, like it's a big secret. You know, I don't know.
Well, I don't think it was ever a big secret. I mean, as far as Davalos goes, it's just I don't blame the guy for wanting some privacy, I guess.
Ain't got time for that.
What do you mean?
Just-
Wanting some privacy? What happened there? I thought they were pretty open about it.
No, like,
Well, they were just, last week at this time it was I don't want to say it was necessarily covered up, but they weren't coming out right out and saying what was wrong, but why not obviously they probably didn't know right off the bat, so why not let them get their story straight first? It's
'Cause
just
a conspiracy, so he can stay in the lights class.
no, it's just I hate you for saying that. it's just the friggin' world we live in now, where everybody has to know everything like right away. I'm guilty of it too. I spent half the day today trying to get an update on James Stewart, but you know,
Why didn't you call James himself and just get it from the horse's mouth?
because when I got my new phone, I didn't transfer his number.
Oh,
So
that would have been an
I've
important one to
I've
transfer.
I've contacted him via Facebook and via Twitter, and he's not gotten back to me. So
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry I let you down.
I think that because of the chat room people.
No, I'm stuck. My thing is froze.
Oh, your computer went down? Maybe Turner. Who was it?
So we're buffering on this side? That's not cool.
I don't know what's going on.
Did you pay your internet bill?
I think so.
Oh.
Maybe. Isn't working. Just keep stopping.
It could be because we're running against the wind here.
Who knows? I don't think I'm doing anything different than before.
I noticed there for a while that all of a sudden things got really quiet, and I thought maybe I was talking to myself. But
Oh no.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
yes,
Maybe I should wait till we can actually till someone else can hear it. But I woke up in the middle of the night last night with my wife like touching my face and then choking me, and I yelled out, "Why are you choking me?" And she just like mumbled some stuff. She was obviously sound asleep, but in the middle of the night she started like touching my face and then put her hands around my neck. It was like choking me, and I just yelled out, "Why are you choking me?" And she's
Wow.
like, rolls over.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable spending this weekend in a hotel room with you guys.
She does watch a lot of ID and How to Kill Your Husband or whatever.
Yeah, I might wake up dead this weekend.
It's a good chance.
Huh.
So that was my funny story. It isn't much, but it's all I got.
Well, how did so I saw on Facebook, Jason, that you took over the mic at Jordan on Friday, huh?
Yeah. What can I say? You know, I'm a good human being. I noticed they were in need, and I stepped in and took care of them.
Nice. The track, like I said, MX Matt. I don't know how all that works. If that's separate or if you post everything on the Hardline MX, but the track looked pretty awesome, at least from what I saw in the videos.
Yeah, it's a lot different layout this year than most people are used to. Kind of some differing opinions on it. It's really tight, really technical, and like some of the guys, I didn't ride. I didn't get out of work in time and didn't get over there in time to ride, so I threw in the towel early. But I don't know, a lot of guys saying it's pretty tight and pretty tough to pass on. But I tell you what, made for some exciting pro racing. Probably some of the best I've seen in a while. So.
Who was all there? I seen Perrin, Cody. Who's the 128? Who's that?
Mitch Kester.
Mitch Kester, yep. So it was Joe Perrin, Cody Slark, Mitch Kester, Ryan Orrs, Nick Jackson, Logan Marzon, and I'm suddenly drawing a blank.
You probably hit the pertinent.
It was some good racing though. I mean, I was excited. It was a good time, and it was even more fun being up in the tower and doing the announcing. Definitely got into it. Had a good time.
Nice.
And they didn't even throw me out. So, you know, it must have been okay, I guess.
Oh,
What does privacy talk mean? What does Chris mean by that?
I don't really know.
Who knows? So then, did you go anywhere on Saturday for practice, or?
No, I sat at work all day on Saturday.
Boo.
All day too. You were there till like 7.
I was there forever on Saturday. I had every intention of trying to sneak out by noon and maybe go hit up Meadow or something like that, and it just never happened. Ended up being a crazy day and just could not get away from it. So yeah, I spent a nice day of the weekend sitting at work looking out the window, and then of course yesterday I sat at home looking out the window.
Look on the bright side, you made more money than most of us probably did on Saturday.
That's true. I will give you that. But kind of a bummer because I really didn't want a weekend off a week before the first qualifier. But whatever.
Yeah, I'm going into this thing, and not that it really matters how I do, but should be 3 weeks since I rode.
Yeah, I was really hoping to have at least a couple of, good outdoor gate drops in and really be feeling confident. And unfortunately, the opposite has happened. But we'll make her somehow.
Every gate drop's the same. Gate drops and you go.
Unless your bike turns immediately left
Yeah, that happens.
as you're doing burnouts.
It's not looking good for this weekend.
Don't talk like that. That's enough.
As far as what, weather-wise?
You might want to trade that dirt bike in for a jet ski.
Well, we're well schooled in mud races after
This is
go at
this is
Kellogg.
going to turn into a very awkward show if you're going to take that attitude, because I will stop talking to you.
All right, it's going to be sunny and 80.
I don't know about 80, but we got to stay optimistic here. I already got myself all worked up yesterday, and next thing I know, my heart's pounding and I'm all nervous. It's like, all right, settle down. It's just racing. Just simmer.
God.
I justified skipping Kellogg yesterday because I bought a house, so.
That's probably a good reason. I justified it because I didn't want to drive in the wind or ride in the wind or be outside in general. But they're only saying another inch of rain this week. I mean, come on. It's not like it's that much.
What's that place called over there at Tigerton? Is there a track name?
I believe it's, is it Moto Zone? I was just looking last night. I don't remember right offhand.
Well, let's take a gander.
Oh my god, my dog's snoring like crazy.
I'm surprised we can't hear it.
Oh, did you guys check out that? Let me look on my phone. That app that they kept plugging, the Moto Finder.
I looked into it a little bit. I actually looked into it once before, and it said that there was no updates for our area yet.
Let's see. The only ones that I'm seeing on there for Minnesota were the Berm Benders and then the Moto City. Those were the two. Of course, I don't know. When I first downloaded it, it was not working at all. I couldn't get anything, so I don't know if that was just so many people were downloading it. But
It's possible.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good idea. But then, like, the one thing, it's free, so then you got to have ads on there. So, like, the ad pops up and takes 3/4 of the screen up, and I'm hitting the little X to close it out, and it's not doing anything. So now you either click on the ad to take you to wherever, or you have to try to view it with 1/4 of your screen that you can actually see something.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Tigerton is the Moto Zone. MidwestMegaSeries.com. I'm a little bit disappointed with the serious lack of information that's out there for these races.
Just on
What are you trying to figure out?
Well, not necessarily Moto Zone. Theirs is at least halfway decent. You can actually at least get a feel for what the what classes are racing what day and all that. But like Little Falls, their website has very little information on it. And I
Yeah,
would think
I'm
I would
pretty
think
excited.
you're having a Loretta's qualifier. You'd probably want to have as much information as you can out there, but maybe they don't know. I don't know. It's just a little bit frustrating looking for information for this stuff.
So the Tigerton track, that is pretty sandy from what it looks like, huh? It's pretty.
The reviews I've gotten are hard packed sand.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I got that when I was asking for suggestions on what kind of tires to run at Tigerton. When I finally got a serious answer. Nobody takes me seriously.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna put rubber ones and square ones or something fun. I seen everyone else took care of that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of nice. What's wrong with the chat room? How come it's not like automatically sliding up the comments? I have to keep scrolling down.
You broke it.
Scroll.
If we lose power, we're gonna have to end the show. Just if it just
What?
goes, it's like thunder and lightning out here right now.
Oh,
That's probably why we're getting lag.
more than likely.
I used to have this internet that if there was a cloud in the sky to the south of me, my internet would be intermittent. It was ridiculous.
Mine's working. Mine's scrolling down.
I don't know how. What is hard pack sandy? What is that like? Is that like? Because Staples, would that be hard pack sandy? Where it's
I
like
wouldn't-
hard base with sand on top of it?
I don't think I would call Staples hard pack sandy. I guess I would consider it maybe Meadow Valley like. But I don't know what that means. If it means that some sections are sandy but some sections are hard pack, because I don't really get that, I guess. But
See, like to me, Staples has got like a hard base under it. Like there's a lot of square edge holes and stuff that develop that you only see on hard pack, but it's also got 6, 8 inches, 10 inches of sand on top of it. So I don't know
Yeah.
how sand doesn't like wash away over time, how it still stays there. But I guess that's kind of a weird way of classifying a track.
yeah,
Maybe it's parts of it are hard pack, parts of it are sandy.
that's kind of what I'm guessing. From what I was told, an intermediate tire should work well, so I think I'm okay.
We're solid. All right on anything. I've only ridden once outside. That's terrible. That's a terrible decision on my part.
That is terrible. I've only ridden twice. Okay, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah. Easter weekend, probably the nicest weekend we've had. I freaking skipped it.
Threw in the towel.
Did you see that Taco says that Staples track is the hard sand?
I didn't think it was all that hard the last time we were there. It seemed to me like it was a lot of sand.
Perhaps you guys should use an MX32 tire.
Why?
I don't know. That's all they were talking about.
Oh, at the Supercross?
Yeah.
I didn't do a whole lot of listening to the Supercross this week. Like even when I was watching it yesterday, I was on the computer while I was watching it, and I had the sound turned off, and it was surprisingly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you just missed out on the fact that they refused to acknowledge Mitchell Oldenburg leading that first heat.
Yeah, I did.
I was very confused by that. The camera was on him, and all they were talking about was a guy who he pulled the whole shot but crashed out, and they were talking about Adam Gully still when they were looking at Mitchell Oldenburg and not saying Mitchell's name. I'm like, what is going on here?
Did you guys know, and I could be 100% wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, that Mitchell Oldenburg was on Jesse Wendland's bike?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I think I read that somewhere.
That was his first race back, right?
Yeah, he broke his collarbone for the 27th time. I don't remember where though. Where was that? Like Houston maybe or something?
I want to say it was Toronto.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I
Yeah,
don't
it was before Houston.
Houston was a West Coast round.
Yeah.
Well, I got a request from, hopefully I'm saying this right, the Norseman Motorcycle Club. Okay?
What song do they want to hear?
I don't know. Some Metallica, maybe?
Oh,
You got
I
it?
wouldn't have expected that out of them.
So, but they got this Triple Crown series. So it starts this weekend. So May 4th, Cambridge, they have their hair scramble. And then July, it's like 26th, 27th, they have the Mora Enduro. And then in Trollhagen, they have another hair scramble on September 21st. So if you enter all three of those, I'm guessing that you get entered to win a TTR 125.
Nice.
So
That actually you can go ahead and finish your plug there, but when you're done, this brings up a topic that is enraging me right now. So go ahead and finish.
well, that was about it. They sent me an email and wanted me to, if we could plug that for them, and I said no problem. So, but yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, it seems to be all of a sudden the great big thing for our local promoters to, if they're running a hair scramble or something of that sort, that now they want to give bonus points. They want to give you bonus points for motocross if you race their hair scramble. I'm going to go on record and say that is complete BS. How do you give somebody points for something that isn't part of the series? And I've always felt a little bit the same way about worker points and everything. They have their place. I understand why they do it. But giving bonus points for a race outside of a series is, like I said, it's complete BS. And I don't understand. I understand why they're doing it, trying to get people to come to their events. And I get that, but it's not very fair, I don't think.
Eh,
So let me ask you this: how pissed will you be if you lose out on someone because they went to a hair scramble?
I will be extremely pissed. Because, I mean,
Guess I'm going to a hair scramble.
let's put it this way. It'll be like the end of Happy Gilmore. I will steal your jacket, but you won't catch me.
I tied a guy for, I think, second in one of Motokazi's deals, and I got third because he went to more than I did. They had the bonus for going to all of them or a certain number, but
Well, I've always kind of disagreed with that too. You know, I mean, because it all turns into as a participation award, but I mean, this is taking it to a whole nother stupid level. And like I said, I get it. I understand why they're doing it, but come on. You want us to race for points, so we do your series. Isn't that enough for you that we've given, take Motokazi, for instance. Lee's going to hate me for saying this. I know he is. He's going to argue with me, but I don't care. You have 12 races in a series. Isn't that enough of me giving up my time and giving you my money? Now I have to go to another race that isn't even what I do. I mean, come on, guys. And Motokazi's not the only one. Other places are doing it too. So it's just, you guys are getting too greedy, in my opinion. Like I say, we agree to race your series. We do the best we can. If you want to make people show up for more races, make it so there's more minimum. The minimum races are higher or whatever. But taking a race that's not even involved in your series and giving points for it is complete BS.
So how do you feel about promoters taking points and giving them not part of their series?
Well, I think you know how I feel about it. And thank you to those of you that are agreeing with me.
I never really even thought about it, other than when I saw it, I thought maybe I'll do a hair scramble.
Well, and that's what everybody thinks. And like I said, for the 100th time now, I get it, but
I don't want to do a hair scramble. Don't get me wrong. If I wanted to do one, I'd do one, but I don't really care for trail riding or whatever the heck that is. I understand it's not all trails, but
No, it's just, I don't know. It's just frustrating, you know. I see a lot of stuff like that going on, and it's like Friday night we're at Jordan, and they run their Moto Kazi, at least last year, maybe the year before now, was running this D beginner class, you know, at the Supercross events, which is great. You get people involved, you get people that have never raced out there, but they have guys that I know for a fact every race last year raced that class as well as another class. How do you let them do that? I understand why they're letting them do that. They're paying for it, so who cares? But I think we need to go back and actually have some standards in our racing here, because it's turning into a complete joke.
What was that guy that raced Vet and D? That happened quite a bit last year, I think, at some of the races I went to, the Moto Supercross, where they got to race both.
I know who he is. I'm not gonna throw names out there, but it's I don't know. It's just getting kind of frustrating. It's to the point where it's like, well, why even try to race a series if you're gonna keep doing this?
Whoa.
Well, what's the other deal too? I know you touched on it, but would you get bonus points for going to all the races?
Well, yeah. If you race a complete series, you get so many extra bonus points, and if you race this number, then you get this number of bonus points. You know, go on the series websites and look. All it turns into is a participation award, and I'm going to have people that say, "Well, that's just because you've been burned a couple years racing a series where you finished second to a guy who went to all the races." And yes, that's true. I have been burned by that. But it's just getting sickening. I mean, it's to the point where I don't even want to race your series anymore. Plain and simple.
Jason, all fired up on the Talkin Moto podcast.
This is when I'm at my best. I bet I won't be handed the mic in a certain tower at a certain track anymore.
You'll probably have a script if they ever have you do it again. They don't want you getting off on your tangent about the series.
Well, I wouldn't do that there. I mean, there's a place for it. This is our platform. I guess if Scott has a problem with it, you better say something. But I feel like I was brought here to have an opinion, and there's my opinion. So.
No, I think you're good, buddy. So Jason, did you watch the race the first time with sound?
Well, Jeff's Hoppa didn't exactly do what it was supposed to do. So we got in just in time for the 450 semis. Yeah. But yes, the first time we watched it from starting at the semis, we watched it with sound.
Like, I get RV in the whole 4 in a row, blah, 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 blah. But, I don't know, I just think they were kind of stroking him a little bit too much.
Well, you know what's overkill? When the guy that did it said that he's more excited about winning the pickup that he won than he was about actually winning a championship.
So, I don't know.
And he's not even going to keep the pickup. He said he's going to trade it in for a Ford Raptor.
Well, yeah, that's Raptor Gate. The rumor today is that Toyota actually told him what he had to say for his podium interviews.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know why my voice is cracking tonight. Apparently I'm going through that special phase again or something.
But, God, I'm dying. I'm dying again.
Lay off the Luckies, man.
I do know, and we got him again this week as the sponsor of the chat room, but we got a bunch of stuff to give away from Mike from MB1. So, let's see here. I know Joel was kind of asking me earlier. I think what we'll do is just, if you guys are interested in it, just send me an email and it's just talkinmoto@gmail.com. And then we'll just get everybody in there, and then we'll just start giving them away. So I think we have 3, and I don't have them with me, so I apologize, Mike. Everything's at the new place, but I got 3 certificates, and it's like a $450 value for like the rebuild, and then we have 2 for, I believe it's 35% off of parts and 25% off of labor. So I
Right on.
have to.
So, how are we going to give that stuff away, Scott?
They have to email talkinmoto@gmail.com.
Okay, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm watching the clock, so I make sure I don't miss any of the hockey game.
What time does that start?
8:00.
All right.
Are they going to play till like June again this year?
Well, they do every year.
Oh, I thought that was just. I don't know anything about hockey. What am I talking about?
No, Stanley Cup playoffs always take until damn near June.
Do you want to? I guess I watched a little bit of the Wild, but they kind of got screwed last game, huh?
Oh God, here we go. Typical Minnesota fan.
What? I didn't see it. I'm just going off of what I saw on Facebook. So I read people raging.
Well, I realize this isn't a hockey show, so I'm not going to drag it out too much, but everybody complains about too many calls being made in the playoffs and how they need to let them play. Well, guess what? They let them play, and that's what happened. So, yeah, they missed an offside call. The hooking penalty wasn't really a penalty, in my opinion. It's just something that happens. So, yeah, they kind of got screwed, but guess what? That's hockey.
My thinking on that is like, if you really want to take the refs, it's up to the team to take the refs out of it. Like, you can't dispute goals, right? If you're winning, you're winning, and the refs can't really take that away from you. So, my thing is, don't put yourself in that position where the refs could decide a game.
Yeah.
Play better and put a sizable points lead up, and not, I don't know how that applies to hockey, but I was just thinking about that. It's like, it just seems like it's not, that going in, that refs are going to make calls based on their immediate reaction to things, and if you don't want to deal with poor calls, then get a 4-goal lead.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why I still like hockey. It's still a sport where the officiating is actually human. So, they're not stopping every 2 minutes to do instant replay and all this crap. So, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it all comes down to how you play. And, yeah, sometimes you're going to have bad calls or things going against you. But, I mean, to completely blame that game on the refs, I mean, I hate the refs just as much as anybody else. But, at the end of a game like that, they're not going to call a penalty, number one. Yeah, they blew the offside call, but you stand there and make that call standing on the blue line in an extremely fast game like that and see what happened. So
Nope.
Now I'm gonna have friggin' Wild Hands or fans hating me. This is not gonna go well. I might have to move.
Oh shoot.
Oh, I just realized that all these people were sending emails to you or to Talkin Moto. I was like, oh crap, what did I start here? Everybody's sending emails to promoters. They're all saying, Jason Place said this on the podcast, and I agree.
I just don't know how you're going to get away from that, Jason, because these guys are trying to get people to as many races as they can to make the money. I don't know how. I mean,
the simple truth is you're not going to get away from it. But, when it comes down to the end of the day, this is why I'm excited about doing Loretta's, and this is why I'm excited about maybe trying to do Minios in, the next couple of years or whatever. Do some of this bigger stuff to get away from it, because the local championships to me have become a joke.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, I don't think you look at some of those guys that go to the supercrosses, and it's like I don't know how it's feasible for them. They must not have jobs, or they must be self-employed to where they can be gone all the time. But the guys that go to every single event, it just blows me away how they can do that.
Yeah, and
And then
that's
there's no way for a normal person to compete with that if you want to try to run for the series. I mean, if
no.
you
I
got
mean, like
living,
last year, I gave it a pretty damn good effort, and I missed 2 or 3 races, I think. You know, and that was taking time off work to go and do it. I took a week off work for it for that Moto Supercross series. And don't get me wrong, I had a ton of fun. I love doing those, but at the end of the day, it's like why even bother? If you can't make it to all of them, then why do it? And now, you throw in, oh, you have to do a hair scramble tour. You don't have to do it, but you don't have a chance if you don't do it. It To me, it's just you know one more thorn in the side. It's like, all right, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like you say, I'm going to start going to the big races where there's 40 riders on the gate and take it back to how it used to be.
is there a race? Is there such a thing as a race with 40 riders?
Well, I'm hoping, if we get deep enough into Loretta's that there will be such a race like that.
God, I hope so too. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably crap my pants if I saw a full gate because
Well, I am bringing extra underwear.
okay, because I look at like anymore, it's so bad that we're conditioned. Like if we see 15 bikes on the line, I feel like that's a good turnout.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's 3 classes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it's such a bummer because I love racing so much, and it's not as much fun. It's so watered down when it's the same 5 guys every time.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, man. I long for the days of, back when 125C was 2 gates of 40 riders. I mean, that was amazing. I loved those days. Granted, I never did very well, but I always had fun doing it. There you go. I guess we'll have to start doing more pro-ams.
I don't even know where those are held or anything about those.
Well, there's a pro-am at Kellogg this year.
I guess I did kind of see something about that because Lee posted something about it, but I don't know that the other promoters talk about it too much. But
Yeah, because I went out and Amy and Mike, they came out to, it's Astalon. So it's
Yep.
maybe, I don't know, that's maybe like half hour, 40 minutes from my house. So I went up and met those guys. But that was the site of, well, it would have been my last race, but I didn't race.
I've always wanted to go there. I've driven by it back when I was trucking. I used to drive by there all the time going to Milwaukee and always, just about put the truck in the ditch a couple times looking at it. But I've always wanted to go ride or race there, but never have. I just about went and did a flat track race there at one time, but
Oh, yeah. Yep. I don't
never
know.
did it.
When I went there, that was for the that Racer X vet race thing. And I rode all on Friday was practice. So I mean, I rode all day and I had a blast. I thought the track was pretty awesome, but I think when Amy and Mike were up, they didn't really like it, but it started raining like midnight on Friday and it rained all night, almost all morning, and then I had just gotten a new bike and it was like, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather, if I'm going to crash and break my arm, I guess I want to do it maybe having fun and not washing out in the corner because it's all muddy.
I would have to agree with you there.
hey, I just realized Amy must be. I know Amy and Mike are sitting there together, but a while back on the Armca website, someone was whimpering about numbers or something, and they spent a bunch of money on gear, and I think we talked about it actually. And I wonder, I think I feel like she was in that discussion, or maybe it was Mike, but hope I didn't. I hope she's not the one I'm thinking of that was all pissed off at me.
Well, she wasn't before, but she is now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think it was her. I don't think it was. Let's see here. I was trying to look up the results. We were talking about it kind of briefly about, the Minnesota guys in that lights class. So Jeremy finishes second. Alex was seventh. Oldenburg was eighth. Who else we got? Do we still consider Audette? I mean, he's a Minnesota guy,
I
right?
give it to him. He spent like 10 years here at least.
So he got 11th. Zach Williams was 17th. I don't know if I'm forgetting anybody else. I think that's it. I was pretty pumped. I know Zach posted on his Facebook that it really wasn't the result he wanted, but I think it was good that he got into the main.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. I mean, he made his first main a few weeks ago when he won the LCQ, and I think he finished like 20th in the main there, didn't he?
I'll have to go back and see. We got to get him back on. I know when we had him on the first time, we were.
I guess what I'm saying is I wouldn't be too bummed about a 17th. That's pretty damn good from, like I said, you got to start somewhere. So.
Yeah. Nope. Here I paused the TV here. I got it in the background. So Bogle now has a 17-point lead, right? But Davalos is out, AC's out, Baggett's out. So Vince Freeze. I mean, there's 3 guys that are tied essentially for second, but they're 46 points down. Oh no.
Oh.
TV trauma. But all right.
All right.
What else we got? I have a bunch of random notes. Jake Weimer was back.
Ooh.
What?
Who?
Did I say his name wrong?
Who?
No, that's about how I feel about him for some reason.
How did he finish? Oh, what do you guys think on Stewart potentially busting up his knee?
So let me ask you this: did the RV coming back to race the outdoors, that rumor come out after Stewart mangled his knee? Because wouldn't that be funny if that? Oh, Stewart's out. Okay, I'm in. Honestly, that might kind of suck though. That might, I don't know, if he is out. I don't know how badly he banged up his knee, but
I don't know. It's pissing me off because they got it so covered up you can't figure out what's actually going on. They won't tell you anything.
well, that's frickin' Stewart for you. He's really secretive about shit. I don't know. Yeah, it's not like guys can go out there and gun for your. I don't understand what the big deal is. Hey, my knee's jacked up. I'll try to race if I can. If not, I'm out. Big deal.
Yeah, I guess I don't really see the reason to cover it up other than the fact, like I say, I think some privacy is okay, and everybody just expects that. Well, a guy gets hurt, he immediately went in and got it checked out, and they know what's going on, but they're not telling anybody. Well, anybody who's ever been down that road knows that's not true. Sometimes it's a week before you get anything looked at.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times you can't even really tell, right? Don't they have to wait for the swelling to go down to even get a good read on what's happening in there?
Well, they have to do that, and if you have an MRI, they're not instant. They can take up to a week to come back, and so I mean, yeah, there's delays in there, and these guys are just like everybody else. They don't exactly just have a private doctor waiting for them back in the rig so they can go back and get checked out right away.
Well, they need to. We're waiting.
Ooh, Dave says Stewart is in for Vegas.
Maybe Dave has money on Stewart in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That would suck, I guess. If he did jack his knee up and he's out for the outdoors and Villapoto sat out, I think it could be a good year. Obviously, Dungey would be a pretty strong contender, but I'm counting. I think Reed's going to come back in time for the outdoors, I would assume.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Dave, if you're in Vegas, put 20 grand on black for me.
Amy's talking about that, or Mike, or whoever. I'm just gonna say Amy. The Baggett eye injury. What's up with that? I'm sure that's on your list.
Oh man, Thor was right. You can actually hurt your eye.
What was he worried about? He was worried about poking his eye out or something?
He was worried about falling down and having his eyes poked out.
Yeah, what I heard was he was practicing out at what's the first round? Is it Glen Helen?
Yeah.
And he took a rock to the like the eye or upper eye or something, and got a gash or something. So, but
Yeah, I don't. There was a lot of talk about whether or not he would just sit out, and I don't know why he wouldn't have just sat out if he didn't want to move up to the 450s. Because I wouldn't have. I don't think I'd want to move up either if I were him. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of tough. It's like, even if it's Baggett or whoever, I don't know. It's pretty deep, I guess, in that 450 field.
I just saw a tweet from Tony Alessi, and I'm sure you guys are a big fan.
Oh, huge fan.
They
I
showed
have a
it.
poster of him on my wall.
So he writes, it's his hashtag at TLSE 800-801. Dinner in New York City. Hashtag great team, but he only put one T in there. So I'm not really sure if he's just an idiot and didn't get the other T in there.
Idiota.
Great team? Is that what he's saying?
Great team.
It looks like they're at like Osaka, or what's that other place? Benihana? Is that a hibachi place?
Oh, maybe you drank too much sake.
Oh, man, that
no
sounds
good.
amazing right now.
I'd be up for some Osaka if they didn't make it right in front of me and make me sit through all that. I just want to eat. I don't need a show.
Well, you don't have to do that. You can go eat in the dining room.
Yeah, but anybody I ever go there with, it's like, no, we have to go sit there and watch them.
Lots of fun, man.
I don't like fun.
That little guy that pees out,
I don't like
out the
fun.
sake.
You should know me well enough to know that I don't like fun.
Let's see.
That's why you come to my house every weekend.
I wonder
You put two and two together.
What is the?
I don't like what a lot of people call fun. I don't consider it fun, I guess.
What is the point for pointing out? You have to get 135 points, isn't it?
Depends on the length of the series. If it's a 9-race series, you got to get X amount. 8-race, it's X amount. But the thing is, I think I read that if you've been in the class for more than 3 years, if you go over a certain number of points, you're automatically out. You don't you don't have. A lot of guys, you have to do it, I think, for a couple consecutive or 3 consecutive seasons, unless you've been in it for 3 years, and then you got to get out. So that's why I think Davalos is out regardless.
I think he's good. I don't think he's getting bumped.
See, he might, he may not be now.
In his interview on Racer X today, he says he wants to move up to the 450s.
Yeah, well, that's only because he was tired of people talking crap, right?
He said he doesn't care about that. He said that if he got offered another ride by Mitch Payton, he would consider it, but wouldn't necessarily take it for sure.
Okay. I would imagine he would do pretty decent in 450s. I would think.
I would think so. I wish they'd lay off the guy a little bit. I mean, everybody's saying, typical Davalos. Well, his chain broke, and that's what caused him to crash. How is that typical Davalos? That might be typical pro circuit crap, but
yeah, I'd say that's this year. That's typical pro circuit. A lot of mechanical issues coming out of that place.
Yeah,
weird ones too, like Wilson's bike getting jacked up that time, and then who was it? Cincerella's it happened to also, and
damn it!
I'm gonna have to shut down this chat room. There's way too many people proving me wrong in there tonight. Or I'll just shut up. one or the other.
I'm trying to figure out who guest 496 is. And does that mean we have 495 previous guests? Because that'd be awesome.
I have a feeling I know who guessed 496 is.
I wonder if they bear any resemblance to their little guy,
Oh,
their little icon.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. It kind of looks like the Menards guy.
oh shoot. Yeah, I don't know. I guess what kind of drove me nuts about watching the races is, like Wake. I hate when a guy crashes and then they don't even talk about it. Like Way goes down in the first corner, and I'm not saying they need to talk the whole race about it, but like at least say, oh, Nick Way down in the first corner. You know what I mean? Like if that would have been RV, it would have been nothing but RV the whole race, coming up through the pack. Does that make any sense?
I hate how when a guy goes down and they sit there and watch him like sit there and like catch his breath or whatever. Like the camera seems to sit on him forever. Meanwhile, a race is going on, and they got the camera fixated on a guy that's not even moving. He's just sitting there trying to recollect himself. That drives me nuts. So I understand maybe saying who's down, but it's weird because I think like Jason said before, these guys aren't necessarily watching exactly what we're seeing because I'm sure they got a lot of other things happening and people talking to them. So I'm assuming it drives me nuts when they're not reacting to the same stuff that's on the screen that we're seeing. But
well, I think it's in the lights main or 250 main. I can't remember who Martin was battling with, and it was like they're going back and forth, and it like as soon as he's gonna go for the pass, it's like they cut away to like Bogle, who's just riding around. It's like stick with it. But
is it possible to put an asterisk on Bogle's title? Can I do that?
what do you mean?
I think you can. I don't think it's right.
On his title. Oh,
Well, you think about like, I understand if you're battling with one guy and he gets hurt, but like 3 of the top 4 in points are out. That's
What
crazy.
can you say? He
What is
hired a
that?
good hit. He hired a good hitman.
When has that ever happened? I'm sure he feels as bad about it as anyone. I mean, obviously that's not probably what he wanted because I'm sure people like me are going to say that, but
What were they saying on Supercross Live this week? He Nancy Kerrigan him. I can't even say her name. Kerrigan.
yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just I didn't even think it's funny too. Like through the first 5 or 6 rounds, I don't even remember seeing Bogle.
Oh yeah, he just kind of came out of nowhere.
He just comes up and he won that one race. But if I remember right, was that race unique? I don't remember which one he won, but I'm trying to think like if he just straight up beat everyone and won, or if the guys were crashing out or what.
yeah.
Because I honestly didn't even think about him as a title contender, which is weird considering he's on Geico and usually they've got, some guys in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can. I mean,
Well, I think
you got
obviously you can, and people are going to, but I don't think it's right. I mean, it's not his fault.
Yeah. Well, it is. He does happen to have probably the luckiest title chase ever because I'd say normally you're pretty lucky if you're battling with one guy and he goes down with an injury, but when you're behind 3 guys and they all go out, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, like I've said before, unfortunately that's part of the sport, and you can't blame him for it. So I think it's unfair.
I mean, it's been
honestly, I've been in.
Smoker has won a Supercross title too, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, he'll probably pick up a new sponsor for next year. I heard Marlboro or Camel. They're very interested.
Who's Paul Mall filterless? Maybe that's what he's.
Oh, maybe.
Down.
Maybe they'll get the
Virginia Slims.
Jeez. Oh, perfect.
Are those the really long, skinny cigarettes?
Yeah. Yep.
Ah.
I'm sorry, Scott. I enjoy my tobacco products. Okay.
No, okay. I'm about to start watching it. So, I'm watching the 450 main right as it's about to start, right? And let me get to my little notes page. My first little note, right, is why is everyone lining up on the inside? Did you notice, like, Stewart, Weimer, Barsha, they're all on the far left if you're on the gate, right? Did you see anyone get a decent start from, like, the left side of the thing all night?
It seemed like there was nothing but pileups from the left side all night.
It's like I'm looking at the starting line and I'm like, RV's got this, and he hasn't even left the gate yet.
Well, do you notice? I feel like there was some guys that normally don't get hole shots getting hole shots, like that Adam. What was his name? Gully or something or whatever. He got a hole shot, and then in that heat race that got red flagged, I can't even think of his name now. It's like I don't know, ventriloquist or ventrulio or something. He got a start too, so there was some weird. I don't know what the deal is with the gate, but it seemed like some guys that were on the outside that weren't, didn't have the best gate pick, were pulling pretty good starts. So I think I agree with you. There wasn't too many starts coming from that inside.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. He kind of gate drops. He's gonna kind of bump.
Von Linger, that's who it was. Sorry, Von Linger.
No.
I don't know why I said what did I say? Ventrulio or something?
It's fine.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess Hill does beat him to the corner, but
That race was over right at that moment.
yep. Sad. You guys want to hit up the commercial and then come back?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. All
I'm
right.
gonna have a cookie.
Have a cookie. Have a smoke break.
No smoking. Smoking's bad for you.
All right. We'll be right back. Hey, what is going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that's been supporting the Talkin Moto podcast. It has been amazing. We have a great group of guys. We have an awesome list of sponsors. So please keep sharing, keep liking, keep spreading the word about the Talkin Moto podcast. And I hope you're enjoying the show. A special thanks to Motokazi.com. Motokazi holds AMA District 23 sanctioned races at both Kellogg and Mankato, as well as hosts the Motokazi Supercross Championship Series, which is all over Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They also have organized practice at Kellogg, Jordan, and at Mankato, as well as offer race schools, so you can get all tuned in on all your riding techniques. Make sure to check out Motokazi.com for more details. We would like to thank Mike from MB1 Suspension. Based out of Corona, California, they offer suspension, engine, and coating services. Please give them a call today at 951-371-5045 or check them out online at mb1suspension.com and make sure to tell them that you heard about them from us on the Talkin Moto podcast. Hey, we got Andy and Chad from The Open Mic. It's a weekly comedy podcast, and they talk about anything and everything, and they usually do. I've been on the podcast a few times, and it is a good time for sure. It's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. There's more information available online at theopenmicpodcast.com. Pro Action by FTM is one of our many great sponsors. FTM offers support to you, the rider, trackside, so when you need it the most, FTM is there for you. Not only do they offer great suspension work, but they also have many other great bike parts and accessories to help you out on the track. So make sure to check them out today at finetune.com. The Talkin Moto podcast is proud to announce that they've teamed up with Plainview Powersports. Plainview Powersports is your Kawasaki motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side headquarters. Located in Plainview, Minnesota, you can reach them at 507-534-3520 or check them out online at plainview-powersports.com. All right, thanks everyone for listening to us on the Talkin Moto podcast. We really appreciate it. If you can, go on to our website, talkinmoto.com. Support those that are supporting us. Everyone's link is up on the website. We're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud. Everything gets posted up on YouTube. So please give us a like, share, subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying the show. So let's get back to it. That is some nice classical music.
It really is.
We'll have to try to change that for next week.
Why? It's fine.
Oh, all right.
It's a nice change of pace.
Amy was kind of talking about it in the chat room a little bit ago. What did you see? Is it AJ? I'm gonna say his last name wrong. That Catanzaro.
Catanzaro. I'll say it so you don't say it wrong.
Catanzaro?
Take a nap.
Close.
I mean, that looked like a pretty good digger, but I don't know. I thought, like, to me that the red flag kind of came out kind of late on that one. What do you guys think?
Well, he got up right away and looked like he was okay. But then he must have realized that, hey, I'm not okay. Come get me. Help me, Tom Cruise.
You guys obviously didn't see the invisible fire.
So he was like on that tabletop and someone landed on him, right? They like landed into him?
No, the guy, I think the guy next to him got a little squirrely, and then I think they were in different rhythms too, so then he ended up landing on pretty much his right side, and then he kind of flipped off his bike, and he kind of bounced.
Well, it looked like he probably landed like on either his right arm and shoulder area or right leg. He didn't like land right on top of him.
So disrespectful.
But,
what happened?
I mean,
he's flipping off his bike.
it was. I didn't think. I was kind of confused by the red flag too, because then they started the whole race over, and I felt like. I don't know. I felt like it shouldn't have. I don't know why I felt like it shouldn't have been a total restart, but I suppose it was only like the second lap.
My personal opinion is, and I've thought this for a long time, if you cause a red flag, you should not be allowed to restart.
I thought that was the.
He didn't.
I thought that was a rule.
Did he restart? I guess I didn't really pay attention because I didn't realize there was a red flag until, like I said, I was watching it with the sound off yesterday, so I didn't exactly pay a whole lot of attention to it. I must have been looking at a sick YouTube video or something at that time.
That has to be a rule, because I would totally be out there like laying on the ground like, ow, ow,
Yeah,
ow,
I mean,
don't move me. Like if
why
I got a
wouldn't
bad
you?
start.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'd be throwing tough blocks out on the track and anything I could find to throw out there to block people, so they had to red flag it.
Well, I've always wondered, like, if guys, so you're in like a title fight or whatever, and you get a bad start and go down. I wonder if the guys would like lay down and stay, pretend like they're hurt worse if they're not able to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wondered if the guys milk it in hopes of getting a red flag.
Yeah, I guess that's more of what I meant. Another 544 guests. Good lord.
This number went way up, man.
We're blowing up.
But I guess that's kind of what I meant. You should be done for the night if you cause a red flag, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he didn't finish that one. He got third in the LCQ.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know how they do that. Like I assumed, like a red. I don't know. Maybe Because to me, you'd have to think if you're still laying there that either you're hurt or, you're knocked silly, And if you're knocked out, then you shouldn't obviously be racing anyway. But what's Taco talking about?
I would agree. Well, I think what he's referring to is that we've had all these different guest numbers in here.
Oh.
We went from 146 or whatever, and then it was 81, and now it's 544.
I didn't know you could even sign into the thing without credentials.
Oh, no.
I didn't either. I don't know how I
Facebook.
feel about this. Somebody might actually say how they really feel about me.
And you won't know who they are.
Exactly. How do I know who to hate?
Heck no. Yeah, you can sign in with Facebook, Twitter, your Google Plus, Facebook, if I already didn't say that, or you can do a guest.
Huh.
So
Welcome to the guests. I miss the Menards guy though. Bring back the Menards guy.
well, I guess the other thing now with Stewie not finishing, or what he would get 1 point. So then Dungy should be second in points now, if that means anything to anyone. No?
I would bet not.
Crickets?
Well, you know how I feel about points and the whole battle.
You ain't first, you're last.
I just want to go fast.
I must have been high when I said that.
Yeah, that don't make any sense.
So,
I don't think anyone cares about second. I would think that everyone except for Villapoto and probably him too is looking forward to the outdoors.
oh no. I don't like that sound.
What, the door opening?
No. Did we just lose Jason? We did.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. He's like, we're out of here.
He's had enough. He's done.
Yeah, I don't know. See if we can't get him back in here.
There just isn't much exciting stuff happening in Supercross right now. The 250 West is pretty much wrapped up, I think. I think Anderson's got kind of a... No, wait a minute. They're only 8 points apart, I think.
Right. Yep. So, we got something... Yeah, I think the 450s are pretty much over,
Yeah. I was telling Jason when he was watching the race, I said, I really hope, not that I dislike Bogle at all, but I really hope he doesn't score many points. And, I was hoping that it would be really close going into Vegas, and Davalos would come back with, seriously injured feet and race just to try to get that title, but no such luck, evidently.
No, I think I thought I read he, bruised his heel, and I don't know if he broke something,
Yeah, he broke his right foot, I think he said he broke a scaphoid into, 9 pieces, which is, a scaphoid is a bone in your foot.
Yeah.
I was not aware you had a scaphoid in your foot.
Yeah, I guess scaphoid is just a general term for bones that make up your carpals, whether it be your hand or feet bones.
I didn't think they were big enough to break into that many pieces.
Well, you'd think if they're so small, you'd think it would just crush. It must be little tiny fragments.
Yeah, exactly.
The only bone that's even big in your foot is your talus, which is your heel.
Yeah.
And I think that one's pretty tough to break.
Yeah.
But,
it's like when I broke the scaphoid in my wrist, I broke it in 3 different spots, and that's why they had to take it out.
yeah. I don't know what he said. They had to put 7 or 8 screws in. But I would agree with the chat room. Heel bruises kill, and I would also say that sprained ankles are one of the worst things ever, or sprained feet, I should say. I've sprained my foot probably 5 or 6 times, and every time the bottom of my foot turns black from the bruise, kind of settling down into it, and it just frickin' kills. I'd rather break stuff, I think. I've never broken anything, so I'm not sure.
as long as it's not an ankle, because
Yeah.
I would say that's 10 times worse than spraining an ankle.
Yeah. I don't think I
I've-
want to do that. But
I've broken and sprained both.
I know when I broke my foot, that was the longest one as far as from when it happened to when I was riding again. I think it was almost 6 months. But when I did my tib fib, it was 3 months before I was back riding.
Hey, you know what else sucks when you're trying to ride is a bruised tailbone. That's got to be one of the worst
Broke your
that I've
cock.
dealt with. Yeah, my coccyx was all bruised, and I couldn't sit down on a bike, and it was very annoying.
It's because you shouldn't sit down on a bike.
Yeah. I'm lazy, dude. I sit down a lot.
I've noticed. That's why it pisses me off that you're faster than me.
I sit down at the opportune times.
Our guest, guest 544. It's over.
I missed that whole points and title talk and everything. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually was screwing around on the computer and logged off.
Why you gotta do that?
Well, I got excited because the Wild scored.
Is that sorry, I like I said, I caught a little bit on Facebook. Is that in the cities or where are they playing?
Tonight they are in St. Paul.
Nice. Nice. Oh heck, what else we got? What do you guys think of Pike and Stewart kind of getting into it a little bit? Was that in the semi? No, LCQ, I'm sorry. Did you see that? I don't know if he thought maybe he was wasn't in a transfer or what, but
Sure it was Stewart?
yeah, I think it was Ronnie Stewart.
Ronnie Stewart.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hold on. I got a kid peeing in the background.
I hope in the bathroom.
I think he was close anyway. He's in the right room.
Well, that's good.
Just blame the dog.
Maybe in the bathtub.
I was thinking you were talking about James. I'm like, what's Stewart? I forgot now. We got to tell you what Stewart you're talking about.
Well, yeah. I mean, Ronnie's moving up in the world.
But
Funny how that works. The guy didn't make a main all year, and now he's like, it's just no matter what, he's gonna get in that main.
Well, I thought it was funny because we were talking about at the end of that race, it looked like him and Pike were kind of having words, and we were talking about whether or not he knew he was in a transfer, whether or not Pike knew he was in a transfer position. And I was saying that he probably thought he was out of a transfer position because he was behind Ronnie Stewart.
jeez, that's not nice.
And no, it is not Rodney.
I like Ronnie. Does he? Didn't see it, but he didn't do a fist pump, did he?
No, I think he was too fired up.
Yeah, he was in a battle, so he couldn't throw
Yep.
his signature fist pump.
He couldn't get all fired up for this one.
What do you think of sorry if my chair is fucking coming through again.
I don't care about your chair, but watch your language.
Sorry. This is going in the garbage tomorrow. This chair. Pretty much the whole setup other than my computer after tonight is going in the garbage.
Just leave it there.
Yeah. The new people might want it. Let me see. Why did I think... man, I am drawing a serious brain fart right now. Who does the air wheelies? Or the boner airs?
Jimmy.
Albertson.
Yeah, why? I gotta find it now. Bear with
Do you ever wonder how short these shows would be if we didn't spend half the time waiting for Scott to look stuff up?
There it is. I don't know. Like I think the boner airs would be cool if he was doing it when in maybe a semi or even a heat race. But I don't know. For some reason, maybe I was just angry on Saturday that I thought it was kind of stupid. That's all I got.
It's his thing, man. He can't. he's just gonna stick with it, and you're gonna have to deal with it, Scott. I think.
I'm waiting for him to lose the bike doing it.
Dude, if you ever watch some of his Ronnie Mac stuff, it's amazing how crazy he gets with his goon riding. He seems like he's gonna crash all the time.
Yeah.
I don't hate to like ruin it for you guys, but he's actually Ronnie Mac as well.
It's not true.
I'm not sure if anyone didn't know that, but
Did you see Hill almost loop it out? Wheeling through the whoops?
Yeah.
That'd have been pretty funny.
so someone just I'm laughing because someone in the chat room said sweaty what is I don't even know what that says. Sweaty did you two after him hurt? and then he wrote he meant to write Stewart, not Sweaty. Oh, that's funny. That's one of my favorite autocorrects.
You got to turn off your autocorrect.
Ting!
Ting.
Goes my chair.
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's another good one.
That's my favorite autocorrect ever.
We can't even talk about that one, unfortunately.
No, probably not.
Buffalo, please.
My 20 grand on black was probably a little over the edge, but nobody seemed to get it, so it's okay.
Always bet on black, Jason.
Whoa.
It's true.
But, yeah, I just clicked on the link. Who sent that?
Dave.
Dave, yeah. Yep, so, yeah, Stewart plans to finish out Supercross Series at Las Vegas.
I wonder, though, if he'll sit out the outdoors. That worries me a little bit.
I wonder if he'll make it through the entire race. Is that your washing machine now I hear running in the background, Jeff?
No, it's Thor throwing a stuffed animal around.
Oh, okay.
He apparently wants to be on the podcast in one way or another.
Right on.
Either peeing in the background or throwing his stuffed animal around.
Well, this just says, luckily it appears the injury isn't as bad as first feared.
So basically what you're saying is he jabbed his foot into the ground and then decided, all right, I'm done.
Right. I don't want to be out here anymore.
I've probably stuck my foot on the ground like 2,000 times like that. I'm not kidding. I paddle a lot in turns. And it's because I'm not very good at them. But I don't know how. It seems like obviously they're going a little faster, but it's not like he was hauling too much ass in a corner.
No, but that was awkward. I mean, if you go back and watch it, I think the first time they showed the replay, I don't even think they showed the right one, because the second time I saw it, I was like, oh, that was 10 times worse than I thought it was. But
it seems like the pros have the worst, like Villapoto tipping over in that corner in Seattle a couple years ago.
yeah.
Just some stupid basic tip overs or dab your knee in.
It's always the freak stuff, though. I mean, I blew out my knee doing the same exact thing, going around a corner, my front wheel hit a rock, and my bike just happened to skip out at just the wrong time, and my heel touched the ground, and boom, there went my knee. I mean, I agree with you. I've done that hundreds of other times, and it's never been a problem. But I've done it twice, and it has caused problems. So it's just a freak deal. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing that happens every now and then.
I laugh when I spark. Oh, good old Randy Ma.
I was going to have that ready for this week, too, and damn it, I completely forgot to find it.
I wish I knew who this guest was. He seems to have a lot of inside info. I wish he would. Maybe we should break it on the Talkin Moto podcast Spill the beans, guest 544.
Well, I'm not going to spill a bunch of beans though, unless I have a source. You know, we have to be able to give away a source.
Oh, baloney. That other guy, sadomasochistic guy, he likes to talk about things without naming the source.
I think
Well, I like to think we're better than him.
Well,
I think it's our chat room sponsor.
That would be my guess as well.
ah.
I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that.
You know, I'm not very smart like you guys, so
I'm not a smart man.
Reveal yourself, guest.
getting awfully demanding.
Who is that masked man?
It's Beetlejuice. His guy looks like Beetlejuice.
You mangling
Oh,
kid.
it is Beetlejuice.
Gosh. So yeah, I gotta check. I'll check later, but we got a couple guys sent in some emails for the giveaways for MB1, so I'll have to get all that, get in contact with those guys, and
Uh-oh, who left?
that sounds like
Momentarily.
Jeff's back and left and came back. But we'll get all that sent out to Mike, so pretty sweet deal.
Right on.
What is going on?
Did he leave for good this time?
He's like, screw this, I'm out of here.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Well, I don't know if we want to... Well, I guess we pretty much have to assume that Bogle's got that essentially wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at it that way, but on the other hand, anything can and will happen, so who knows?
Oh, that's just awesome. Are you still thinking Anderson for West Coast?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough to beat him, I guess. I'm not sure how the points all play out. I haven't looked at that, but it's hard to say. It's been another break for them, so it's hard to say how everybody's going to come back, but I got to believe that's how that's going to go, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's got it. I think enough something, say like what happened to Davalos, or something I think has to happen to Anderson.
Yeah.
For him not to get it.
The only thing is, Anderson he's a guy that lays it all out there, and the way he rides, anything could happen at any time. So I don't think I'm not ready to give him the number one plate, but as long as he goes out there and has a solid ride and keeps himself off the dirt, I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah. What happened to Jeff?
Oh, he seems to be gone. I must have finally said something that actually hurt.
I forget his name. I sent him a message saying that he won the tickets for the National for Millville.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Still nothing.
And then he commented on, or he liked something that I posted a couple days ago. I sent him a thing again right away. I'm like, hey, you won the ticket. Send me your info. And nothing. So, I don't know what
It's a conspiracy.
So I don't know if we want to give them away again, or
Well, I mean, it's not like it's the last pair we have and we can't give any more away, But I would say if next week by this time we haven't heard from you, buddy, it's over.
Gonna give them away.
You know. What happened? What did I miss? I got to go back to the chat room here.
Oh man, that's
I
funny.
don't know what you're laughing at.
You will. Check it out. Man, I was hoping Jeff would come back.
I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Guy just all of a sudden disappears.
But I was gonna say, I was trying to make a list of what's all going on in District 23. So this has to be the first round for the Millville stuff, right? Because they just had their spring fling thing.
Spring fling thing.
You know, their spring ride or whatever. Wasn't that last weekend before? Or am I getting all
You know what? I don't know, honestly.
cross-rutted on that?
I've had so much other stuff going on. I haven't had a whole lot of. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention, I guess.
But so yeah, that's Saturday practice, Sunday race. Moto City, they got Saturday practice, Sunday race,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got the Norsemen. I think I'm saying that wrong, but they got their hare scramble. That's, I believe, Cambridge, so that kicks off this weekend too. So, and obviously, you can hit up Meadow Valley. How's that
Well,
been?
obviously.
Been down there a couple times?
I've only been there once so far this spring, but I was in pretty good shape. He didn't pay much attention to the back, but from what I heard this weekend, that was better.
It's kind of been crappy weather though, right? I mean,
Oh, it's been terrible. I mean, anybody who's trying to keep up anything like that outside, it's a losing battle right now. So props to anybody for giving it a shot.
I did see some GoPro stuff from the North races this weekend. It looked pretty crappy.
Oh man, it was just gnarly. I was feeling pretty crappy when we decided Saturday night that probably just wasn't going to happen for Sunday, and had I was pretty bummed about that, and I actually got up Sunday morning at 5 o'clock and kind of had myself talked into going, and then I realized how friggin' windy and miserable it was outside, and thought, nah, I'm just gonna stay home, I think.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're getting the weather you guys had yesterday. It's just been pretty much
No, actually, you're not.
No?
No, all this stuff is coming up from down south.
Oh.
Like everything we got today came from the east. So it's all backwards.
Yeah, because it's just been cold and rainy pretty much all day.
Jason, you don't have to rub it in my face about Meadow on Saturday. That's not nice. That's where I wanted to be.
Stupid work, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm over it.
Man, where's...
One more week and I'm done with it.
So then you guys are you leaving Saturday then, or do you have to leave Friday for...
Our plan is right now to leave Friday morning if everything works out and we can make that work. So hopefully. Jeff said his iPad quit working, so he's trying to get back on.
Oh, man. Gotta charge up the battery.
Well, that thing's been through hell and back. I know. It hit the floor pretty hard one night at my house, and then it got a new screen put on it last weekend, and I don't know.
Ouch.
I think somebody needs to take this stuff a little more seriously and, invest a little and not do it on an iPad. Come on.
What, is there is Saturday practice then, or is it the race on Saturday, or is it race Sunday?
Oh, Thursday afternoon there's practice. Friday there's practice. I don't know all that much about these. I mean, this is my first go, and I'm just getting what I hear from people that are experienced. But as far as I know, they run motos on Saturday, but it's kind of a short schedule. So they say that if there's time, there will be practice, open practice afterwards, and then Sunday is all racing. So. But I have a real problem with going to a track that I've never been to before and not getting a full day of riding on. I just don't feel like I can be prepared unless I do that. So I'm really itching to get over there Friday and get a good day's worth of riding in and get things figured out.
That sucks, because then I'm coming up to the cities that weekend.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
It is what it is.
Man, I wanna I wanna show you this photo. It's on Twitter, and it's kind of like when Tedesco gets into the back wheel on the start.
Mm-hmm.
So take that same situation, but instead of having it how Tedesco was in there, you gotta flip him around so his butt is touching the exhaust, and that's how this guy's in this back wheel. Oh boy. Everyone left me. Oh boy. Everyone left. It's just me rambling now. Where? Well, this is pretty awesome. So I don't know what happened to Jeff, or we heard his iPad died. I have no idea what happened to Jason. So now it's just me in here. So, but I guess we'll see what happens. Otherwise, this could be the end of it. Oh, Jason's back. Thank God. Did the Wild score again?
Well, they did a while ago, but I got too many friggin' things running on this computer right now, and I'm trying to shut a couple down, and I keep hitting the wrong one.
Oh, shoot. But
I'm back.
Woohoo!
thank God. We were down to a one-man show for a second. I was getting nervous.
It's all good.
Oh, shoot.
Without having your iPad covered in greasy kids' fingerprints is bad for it. The screen was freaking out, so I had to give it a thorough cleaning.
Did you dunk it in the toilet?
Did it? I cleaned it just like a CD, put it in the toilet, and flushed it.
There you go. It's the only way to do it. It's like a washing machine for iPads.
You know, it's funny. I fixed my iPad this weekend, and these things are incredibly simple on the inside. It's amazing. I had to pull a broken screen off and put a new screen on it. And
How did you do any of the fantasy picks, Jeff?
no, I forgot all about it. You should probably set me up on an email reminder.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think I was kind of, I don't know, kind of like you said before, like you kind of vote how you want it to turn out.
Yeah. Well, I would have never put Stewart out,
Right.
so it wouldn't have.
I don't think I got any of them this time. Because I was thinking like Stewart was going to, I think I had Stewart to win. And I'm like, all right, RV's just going to kind of settle in. And I don't even think I had RV in the top. I think I might have had him fourth. But I don't know. I'm trying to log in. Why you have to do it twice, I don't know. All right.
Hey, I seen that, Jason.
Damn it! Delete, 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 delete.
What did you do?
Inside joke.
Oh, man. All right. Come on, goose egg.
Goose egg.
I mean, my iPad is still jacked up. It keeps putting a new tab up in my internet browser.
That's what's keep. I can't talk tonight. That is exactly what keeps happening to me. All of a sudden these come up, and I try to get out of them, and then I end up taking myself right off the program.
I am really confused right now.
Oh, you know what? Here's a funny story. Yeah, it keeps adding a freaking tab to my browser, and it's driving me nuts. But Jason Thompson says who would have picked Hill on the podium. I don't even think we got to see the results until like it was well after the race was over because they were too busy worrying about what Villapoto was doing.
Mm.
Well, yeah, they had to interview him twice before we could actually get any results.
Yeah, what do you guys think on that? Because I don't know. I think I heard that on the internet today. Like, whatever, Hill's not with RCH after, I suppose, Vegas is the last one. So he's out. But it kind of, from what I was getting, they were kind of saying maybe that there's something between Hill and RC, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Like each other?
Yeah, I don't know. Something. But I'm a little confused. I got Ken Roxon for 5th. And that's the only one that I got. And it gave me 32 points.
Wow.
You see why I don't do that stuff anymore?
Ay.
Oh my god, this thing is really annoying right now.
Throw it on the floor.
Apparently I didn't do a very good job fixing it because now the screen's freaking out and it thinks I'm touching it in places I'm not touching it.
Whoa.
It's a family show.
Good touch, bad touch.
Well, boys, I think that's about all I got.
That's a wrap.
I was kind of bummed that Martin tipped over.
Yeah, that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Kind of hoping he would have kept her going. But good to see Jeremy up there. Thought that was good.
Yeah. Good finish. I think the little bit of time off definitely did him some good. I thought his interview was kind of funny.
I guess I listened to it, but
Well, he kind of did the old answered the question and honestly, it's okay with me because I get sick of listening to people rattle off their sponsors anyway, but he answered the question and kind of thought maybe he was going to get another question or whatever. And Jenny didn't ask him another question. He's like acting like he wanted to say more.
I'm in trouble now, aren't I?
It was kind of funny.
Funny.
Good humor.
Well, maybe we can kind of talk about it again now that Jeff's here. But so the plan is to leave. Hopefully, work is nice to you, and you guys will take off on Friday morning.
I hope so.
I gotta talk to you about that because my kid has school on Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not happening then, so forget it.
Pull him out of school. Don't be a fool.
Well, we could, I suppose. It's just kindergarten. It's not like he learns anything there anyway. So.
Oh, Schwanzman is here. Killer.
Are you getting anything?
No.
Oh my god. I'm gonna break this thing in about 3 seconds.
So you didn't fix it.
I guess the problem with this weekend is we really don't have a plan yet.
We got a hotel, I heard.
Yeah, we got that. So that's
So
cool.
we're halfway there.
I guess I won't feel so bad about having to work on Friday then. That's fine. Honestly, I don't care what we do anymore.
Well, we're going to get some practice time on Saturday morning, but it's only going to be probably 4 laps.
I'm hoping
But-
for the elusive Saturday afternoon practice.
Yeah, that would be nice too. I'm actually probably going to try to sign up for a class that runs on Saturday.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Do that, and I don't know what it would be, but
Probably be like 250 mod or something. It's one of the non-standard classes,
yeah.
but
So that's doable. One thing about it, if you show up there, on Saturday rather than Friday, entry for the gate passes are $10 cheaper.
yeah.
So I guess whatever.
I have Friday in limbo, so I can go whenever. I just soon take the day off or leave at noon or whatever.
Well, I would too, but that's what I'm gonna try to do. But
So we could leave at like 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah. School, dude.
Ah, that damn school.
School's important.
Yeah, just
I don't even know if they're going, to be honest, Jason. So it may be a different deal.
Oh, well, all right then.
So, again, we have no plan. I haven't even spoke to her about it really. So originally we were going to take the motor home, and now that's sitting in my driveway, and I'm not going to use that. So I'm probably going to park that this week. But
Oh.
Well, whatever. It's not gonna help ease my mind to not have a plan, but whatever. Let's just roll with it, see what happens.
we'll be there Saturday morning, prepared, somewhat.
Somewhat.
I would be surprised if Friday even happens with the weather.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to talk about the weather like that, but
I don't either. I think more of those qualifiers have been rescheduled this year than the ones that have actually gone on the day they were supposed to go.
Well, we could always hope that if Tigerton sucks, we can go to Little Falls, and looks like they had a nice little mud race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's checking in though.
I got nothing working. My iPad is absolutely freaking out. I can't even see the screen because it's jumping around so much, and my phone won't work either. This is pissing me off.
So what do you guys think's gonna happen in Vegas then? Do you think RV's just gonna smoke them?
Yeah, no one's gonna even race him.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be a repeat of a couple of years ago, and he's going to go down in a corner and blow his knee out.
Well, that'll be his deal then. Then he won't have to race outdoors.
Exactly. And I'm not saying he's actually going to blow his knee out, but he's going to fall down, and that'll be the end of it.
Oh, cool. Mike says that everyone's listening at the shop. I wish we were. You could be riding if we were out that way. Nice California weather.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather in Dallas last night at like 9 o'clock, and it was 78 degrees. I'm like,
Why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Because from when we were in Dallas, I still have that pinned on my phone
Oh, yeah.
as one of my locations, so it just automatically comes up.
Yeah, it's been kind of crappy.
Well, I just hope it gets it out of its system, and maybe we can move on. But it's just been an unfortunate year for us anyway, because we got big plans, and not being able to ride really sucks.
Yeah, I don't. Well, and I mean, I guess the other thing to look at too. I mean, it is the end of April, but kind of for what you guys are doing, you need to get riding, but
Yeah. Well, he did such a good job of, staying at it all winter
Yep.
and, made a few trips and did a lot of indoor riding, and here we are. Now that's not even an option.
Because what did they do? Did they just flatten that out then?
As far as I know, that's what they did. I guess I'm not really sure.
They ran some cars in there, like some midgets or something,
Yeah.
shortly after the Moto stuff was done.
Be kind of nice if they would leave that open for you guys.
Well, they already extended the season, this year, so.
Sorry, guys. This thing keeps taking me in and out of here. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, we've noticed.
They have free iPads.
Free iPads?
They don't work as good as the ones you pay for.
Oh, Mike's just rubbing it in her face now.
Maybe it picked up something from Caleb's GoPro.
Yeah, well, it looks like it, the way it's acting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like the last couple of weeks on the fantasy picks, I've been, not picking RV to win because I'm thinking he's just gonna kind of tune it down. But I don't know. I think he's just gonna smoke him like he did this weekend. But especially if he doesn't ride the outdoors, you know what I mean? Essentially, this is his last race then.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm to the point with Supercross like I am every year at this time where it's like, can it just be over? I mean, it actually becomes a chore this time of the year to watch it and try to keep up with it and everything else. It just gets frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only thing I really don't like is pretty much what happened this weekend. I mean, he a whole shot and it's over. And I really didn't see, honestly, a ton of passing anyway. But, then obviously that's, what they're showing you on TV,
Yeah, it's hard to say without being there. I mean, yeah, like you say, we get to see what they show on TV, and even when, guys are up front that aren't the top guys, they're not getting any publicity either. So,
Right.
I guess I'm just kind of over it this year.
Are you excited for outdoors or?
I am actually, and that's kind of strange because usually I'm not. I'm usually more focused on my own racing this time of the year, but I'm actually pretty excited to take it all outside and get more into it. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I wish I could quit coughing. But I don't know. You got anything else, Jason?
Not really. I mean, I'm kind of tapped out tonight.
What's the score of that hockey game?
2-0 after 2. No, after 1. Yeah, after 1.
That's who are they playing? Is it Colorado?
Yeah.
Are they starting later because of them?
No, when you get to the playoffs, there's always, they have 2 games every night and everything's nationally televised. So they have to go by the NBC schedule. Even though they're not on NBC here, they still have to go by that schedule. So it's kind of frustrating.
I know the last game that I watched, it was, I want to say it was pushing like either 10:30, and it was like it seemed like the end of the first or maybe it was the end of the second period. It was pretty late, so.
Yeah, Thursday night's game, I stayed up and watched the whole thing, and it was 11:30 before it got over. So.
I know Mike, he's in the chat room. We got to get him on one of these times, and I don't know what we'll have to do since he's 2 hours behind us, but.
Oh, we'll figure out something. Shout out to the MB1 guys listening in the shop. That's sweet.
Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, we got
like
a couple emails. I think Dave has been talking to him. But yeah, we got a couple emails, so I'll get those sent out to Mike, and hopefully get those guys hooked up with some good stuff. But other than that, I think that's it.
Oh, right on. Shout out to everybody in the chat room too. Some good stuff in there tonight. Thanks for coming on and contributing.
Yeah, I think it works out pretty sweet.
It'd be nice to get some more people in there. I know we were missing some of the regulars tonight, but some of the other regulars came back, so that's good. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get it posted up tomorrow. I try to get them up as soon as I can. But yeah, SoundCloud, and it'll post right to the website. So just click on podcast, and I should get it up right away in the morning. Otherwise, it's on iTunes. Stitcher sometimes takes a day to filter through, but Stitcher as well, iTunes, SoundCloud, it's all on there.
We're not a week behind like some podcasts.
They're getting better. So, and then I think this Friday they're gonna pretty much replay Chad's gonna cut up the podcast from Tuesday, and they're gonna play on their show. So
Nice.
So that's cool. How's things going on the Northland?
Oh, pretty good. Getting more and more activity on there all the time.
Nice. So thanks to everyone. Plainview Power Sports, Matt down there, Jason with the Northland MX, Clayton at FTM, Mike, he's in the chat room tonight with MB1 Suspension, Moto Kazi, Nick at Black Diamond MX, Matt over at Hardline MX, District 23, The Bicycle Works, Chad and Andy at the Open Mic Podcast, The Damn Bait Shop, and SKD.
Black Diamond MX graphics. That's all I'm saying.
Do we need to light a fire?
That's it. That's all I'm saying. That is it. He gave me a nice compliment after my performance at Jordan on Friday night, so I'm not going to rag on him too much. and I know he's busy, so.
Oh yeah. Dang it.
But I'm not the kind of guy that likes to do things at the last minute. So.
Ugh. I wish this cough would go away. But yeah, that's it. Next weekend is Supercross, or the last round for Supercross. That's it. It's over.
Right on. I'm going to go watch the rest of this hockey game.
All right, guys. Thanks for everyone checking in. Mike, I know you said you're busy with travel, so we'll figure out something. We'll get you on here. I think I'm sure you got a ton of stories that you can tell us. So, but that's it. We'll see you guys next Monday, and that's it.
All right. Stay classy, y'all.
All right. Later, guys. Oh, gosh.
Did it die?
Not yet. Still broadcasting. Here we go.